This is the only time me and the COJOers are actually together alone. Guys, let's talk about Joseph. Hey, Joe.
Ayo.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good.
It's the new year.
I know. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. What in the world?
Wow.
That 2022, man. That went by in a flash.
It was a hefty year. We weren't even really friends at the beginning of the year.
What?
I know.
That's wild. When did we start hanging out?
January.
Was it really?
January was the first time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, what is up, you guys?
Welcome to the COJO Show.
I'm your host, Coby James.
And I am, wow. I never come prepared for these. Are you sure it's me? It might be you this time.
All right, let's start it over.
Okay. What's up, you guys?
Welcome to the COJO Show.
I'm your host, Joseph O'Brien.
And I am your more skittily dum-dum-diddum host, Coby James.
Let's talk music.
Let's talk life.
We started a podcast. Yes, we did now. We started a podcast. It's the COJO Show.
Yo, Joseph, did we make a podcast?
I guess we did.
Do you think anybody's going to listen?
Yeah, absolutely not.
COJO.
Wow.
What does the fox say?
Ring, ding, ding, ding,
We
ding.
watched all of those like old 2010s like YouTube videos
You
today.
didn't know what Charlie the Unicorn was.
I think that was a little before my time.
It might have been, but in my family, that's a classic. We
That
quote
is-
from it all the time. He thought I was weird.
It was so weird. Like I was more of a what does the fox say kind of guy.
It is really funny.
That like shaped my humor as a child.
What other classic YouTube videos were at the time? Oh, we watched
Friday, Rebecca Black.
Oh no!
Friday.
We were just listening to her music today, and I still can't get that out of my head.
Still trash.
Gangnam Style.
Gangnam Style.
Gangnam?
I think in English it's pronounced
Wait,
Gangnam.
what was that thing that it was called? The
Oppa Gangnam Style.
Harlem Shake. Do you remember the Harlem
I
Shake?
did. I never got on it though.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was probably too young at the time too.
I never knew it. But yeah, man, YouTube was such a sweet and simple place back then.
Yeah.
Even old Good Mythical Morning.
Ooh.
Before the deconstruction. They were
But still
awesome.
okay. 'Cause I'm on vacation.
Let's hop into updates on life.
Okay.
Updates on life.
No way.
I said it was an accident. It was an accident. I swear. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to say
I can't
it
believe
correct.
you did that.
It was purpose. It was not purposeful. Just
I'm
to say
so
that.
proud of him.
I'm not.
All my complaining is finally paid off.
It was a bit. I loved the bit. I'm sorry, guys.
Ah.
I let you down. I let my mom down. But most importantly, I let Jesus down.
You let your mom down.
I don't know.
Did she expect you to say life updates?
No, she isn't. I don't know.
Oh, okay,
It's just a
gotcha.
statement. What's going on with your life? What's going on right now?
So it's January, new year, new me. And my roommates and I decided that we were going to do a January challenge, this was some kind of video that went viral a couple years ago where a bunch of guys decide, hey, we're going to get up in the early morning, so like 6:30, 6:45, take a cold shower, give up social media in the sense of like just scrolling through it. Like we have to use social media for stuff, like really popular viral stuff.
We're so awesome.
So yeah, with this January challenge, it's just a bunch of things to create challenges for yourself and to really press into your masculinity, which we're going to talk about later.
Big masculine men. That's what this podcast is going to be starting. We're going to start calling it that. Just big masculine
Big
men.
masculine man.
Yep.
No toxicity.
No
though.
toxicity, though. That's really great. I think that I'm going to partake in some of it. Not all of it.
Yeah. He said he wouldn't do like the social media thing.
No, because I am actually in charge of the COJO social media, so I actually have to be on it pretty often.
If you ever message the COJO, so it's probably him and
It's
it's not me because I feel like sometimes I'm overwhelmed by the amount of people who want to reach out and like I
I'm
don't
not.
know.
They're all wanting to talk to Joseph, though.
No, they want to talk to you
I
too.
feel like the mother, the unappreciated mother sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just kidding.
I constantly encourage him. Don't worry.
I might do the waking up early thing. I want to start doing that during January again because I got on a really good kick of that and then kind of fell out recently. So
Yeah, we also might hit the gym up together.
yeah, we'll get swole.
Might go hit the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although he's already got a girlfriend, so
turn
he's got
this
no one to
dad bod into a chat.
chat bod.
Dude. Oh, man. Well, that's good stuff, man. We got lots of stuff coming up in January and some really exciting stuff that we can't tell you guys about yet, but we're really stoked to announce them as they come
What
in
are they?
January.
I don't even think I
You
know what they
know?
are. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can't tell them, but it'll come. All right, well, let's hop into the next segment of the show, Game Time!
Oh!
All right, Joseph, what do you have for Game Time for us
Oh
this
my
week?
gosh, it's my favorite segment.
It is not.
Everyone calm down.
It is not.
Everyone calm their horses
It
down.
is not his favorite segment.
I'm always the one who brings up, hey, we should do game time. He's like, nah, man. We
That's not true.
It is true.
Okay, well, let's talk about sad songs with Joseph then. We'll talk about that. Let's talk about it.
I can talk about that.
He don't want to do no sad songs, and
don't
I
like-
think they're funny. He doesn't love you enough. That's what it is.
I don't like sad songs with Joseph.
No, you don't love them enough.
Okay.
I do.
So Coby has his innate ability to be able to tell what the key of a song is before he hears the song.
This is not perfect pitch. This is me remembering the key, and I will get it wrong from time to time, if not all the time.
No, he gets it more times than off.
If I've got the
not.
pressure on me, I don't know if I can.
More times than off, not.
That was a statement.
Yeah. I've got a list of 10 songs here,
Okay.
and we're just going to go through them and see how he does. Here we go. Can you sing the song "We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together" by Taylor Swift?
I remember when we broke up the first time.
So that's the key of the song.
I do believe
Here we
so.
go. That's right.
That was? I got it.
He's 1 for 1. All right.
I don't know that one
Hey,
well.
you're gonna like this next one. Can you do the song "Whatever Comes Next" by Ashlyn Lavoie?
I think I can.
Okay.
You're still holding me, on me. Whatever comes next. I believe it is that.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, I was a little off.
I think you were like 1 semitone too high. You messed up your girlfriend's song?
It's alright. She wouldn't know my music if it hit her in the face.
Dare You to Move by Switchfoot.
Day never happened before. I think it's that.
All right.
Yeah, there it is. Welcome to existence.
I love that song.
Move.
They said whoever was in the control room when they were recording that song cried.
They're like sobbing.
They were all sobbing.
I heard that too.
That's amazing. All right, so
cool.
you're 2 out of 3. So you're at 66%.
All right.
Nothing to be ashamed about. Can you do "Brand New" by Coby James?
I look up and I can see you got me where I wanna be. Which is, traded all my dark for the light. Traded all my dark for the light. Yeah, I mean, I've sang that live 1,000 times.
So we got 3 out of 4 right now.
All right.
Can you do "Take Your Time" by Joseph O'Brien?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you better get this. I will be livid if you don't.
Even if you take your
Okay.
time.
So that be you were off 1 semitone.
A little. It was in between. I'm so,
I can't believe it.
I couldn't do you.
I
I'm
can't
sorry.
believe what you've done.
I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe it.
Charlie bit me.
Charlie bit my finger.
My Jesus by Ann Wilson.
He makes a way where there ain't no way. Ain't no sinner that he. Let me
Can't
tell
say
you about my Jesus.
So that's the one.
No, wait. Yeah, I
That
got
was-
it. I got it. I
you
got,
got
it.
it.
All right, I got it.
Wait, just to double check. Are you Pat?
Yeah, I got it. All right.
All right, he's 4 for 6. All right, give me "Love Yourself" by Justin Bieber.
For all the times that you rain on my parade, all the clouds you get in using my name.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I didn't even have to listen to that one.
Goodness gracious. This believe it or not, you actually do have perfect pitch, or at least very good relative pitch.
I think it's just tuned in relative pitch.
Yeah, because no one can do this unless they actually have some form of perfect pitch.
Maybe-
If you were able to like take the time,
I think
I think you could develop it. All right, well,
All
hey,
right.
that's 5 out of 7.
All
So
right, all right.
let's go on to the next one. Can you do treat?
I
Can you do?
won't lie to you.
You already know what I was gonna
It's,
say. Treat You Better
I
by
know I
Shawn
can
Mendes.
treat you better than he can. I won't lie. That's it.
Oh my
I won't
goodness.
lie. Yeah, I had that.
Wow.
Easy.
How
That's
is it again that you're getting all these songs, but you somehow messed up me and Ashley?
I think I don't. I
the
like,
2 closest
Well,
people to
here's
you
the
in your
thing,
life,
but I'm not-
besides your family.
Respectfully, I'm not listening to your music all the time because we're buddies. You're not listening to me all the time.
I listen to Golden all the time.
You don't anymore. You did for a minute when you thought I was cool, but then
I-
you got to know me, and now you don't listen to it.
All right, so now that's 6 out of 8.
Okay.
So we got 2 more.
Okay.
So we got Lauren Daigle, "Trust in You."
How does the course go?
When you don't move the mountains.
Oh,
I'm
when
needing.
you don't move the mountains, I needed you to move.
So that's it, man.
When you don't move the mountains, I needed you to move. Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Easy.
Viva La Vida by Coldplay.
I used to rule the world.
So it'll be like bum 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 bum.
Roman
bum.
cavalry choir singing.
Be my mirror, my
I
soul.
think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just mad about the Ashlyn and
We
your
get
song.
it. You're talented. You have a skill that I don't have, and I'm totally okay with that
I'm
fact.
just upset I didn't get 10 out of 10 because I know I could have, but
No, it's okay, man.
I haven't-
Better luck next time.
all right. Well, that was
Okay.
game time.
And now, a message from our sponsors.
Crossover Cups Missions is an amazing organization that serves to help people across the globe. They do amazing work in the Dominican Republic and Africa, amongst other places. They help kids learn a trade so they can provide for their family and themselves, and it all starts with Jesus at its core. I had the privilege of going to the Dominican Republic this last year, and it was an amazing experience. And if you are interested in having an experience like that or helping the cause, visit their website down in the description below.
Joseph here. This episode is brought to you by NRT, which stands for New Release Today, and New Release Today exists to inform, encourage, and inspire others through the arts, the gospel message, and ministries of Christian artists all over the world, including Coby and I. So if you want to keep up with what's happening in CCM, go to newreleasetoday.com. And we want to just take a moment to thank our subscribers, people who like our videos. Keep doing that. We appreciate you. And let's continue on with the show.
Q&A, Q&A, it's time for Q&A.
All right, we are hopping into Q&A. Q&A. Joseph, the lovely COJOers on Instagram have gone and helped us out with asking us some wonderful questions. This week, they asked us some doozies. So let's start out with
the doozies.
do you like to cook?
Do I like to cook?
Yeah.
No. I only cook like spaghetti, eggs.
Oh, wow. Really?
Here's my thing. If I had all the ingredients I needed, yeah, sure. But like, until I have someone to cook for.
I love cooking. I'm pretty decent at it, too, I would like to say.
You seem like someone who'd be good at cooking.
Oh, do I?
What do you got? What do you got?
Joseph, what's your favorite song of Kobe's? And Coby, what's your favorite song of Joseph's?
Healing in the Water by Coby James.
Really? That's your favorite song?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
I love that one. It
not-
was the one that made me the most happy.
Well, it's not out yet, but I think I showed it on a recent podcast episode, so you can go back and find that. My favorite song of Joseph's is That's Really Tough. Oh, man.
Well, I know what one of them's not.
Not The Average.
He
That's
does not
for
like The Average.
darn sure.
Hey, if any of you guys like The Average, you should totally roast him in the comments because he gives me so much crap
It's
about that
just
song.
not as good as your other stuff. It's a fine song. It's average.
Again, 5 points, what? 6
It's-
million streams?
It's
How many streams?
I'm sorry. It's and Rebecca Black has how many strings on Friday? It's Friday. I'm just saying, streams don't account for good quality. No, my favorite song of Joseph's is probably "Take Your Time," or I love his one about Bumpa. I love that one a lot. That one
yeah.
might be my favorite one.
Oh, dang, man.
That one hit me pretty hard. So
Ooh, wow.
I'm a fan of that one. Favorite CCM song lately? I don't think I can answer it yet because January is about to be pumping.
Yeah, what can I even say? I don't even know.
Mine's probably the Commission by Kane.
Yeah. Oh, that already made its run, though.
I know, but I still love it.
Is it just saying your favorite CCM like song
I
right
mean,
now?
Lately, they say. But what
Lately?
you like lately?
Oh gosh. I loved
Not the Jericho
been
one.
walking through the journey that I cannot see. The
Yeah.
depths of the valley where the sun can't. I've been dying on with low.
Yep.
And I've been burning.
Yep. I'm gonna do good.
Fill my cup, Lord.
There it is.
Run it over.
He liked Fill My Cup. Coolest Camp Electric memory you had. So Joseph didn't go to Camp Electric.
I have a story.
All right.
I
here
have
we
a
go.
story. This is funny.
All right, go for it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this was truly horrifying, but it's a really funny story. I was teaching a vocal class. It's like a what, 2.5 hour class? 2 hour class?
It's a long class.
Really long time to prepare. So anyway, I'm teaching this entire class, and then this was my last session before we left from Camp Electric or whatever. Kid comes up to me. He's like, "Yo, my dude, I just really love your stuff, and I just loved what you taught in this class." I was like, "Thanks, man. Really appreciate it." He said, "I do have to tell you something, though." I was like, "What's up?" He said, "Your fly has been down the entire time you talked this entire lecture." And I was like, "You're kidding, right?" And I looked down, and it's gone. The fly.
That's so funny because the
It's low.
first time I played there, my fly was down.
Really?
Yeah. My favorite memory at Camp Electric is when I was young. I was probably 15. And I just started music, and my music was really trash. I printed like 1,000 business cards out, and like had 6 kids handing them out to all the kids in
Oh my
in
gosh.
Camp Electric, and we ended up doing like a mini concert where like they like some of my friends were like, Coby James is gonna be like playing
That's
in
so
the
bold.
in the square.
Who has the guts to do that?
Dude, I was so gutsy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not that way anymore. But like, they like hyped it up. They're like, he's gonna play his couple new songs. We had a crowd of like 30 people, 40 people, and I was in the middle of the square, and I just like busted out some songs.
Dang, man.
It was fire. And I have my buddy played like drums on the ground or whatever. Drumstick broke. He gave me the drumstick, and it's still like in my childhood bedroom because it was my
Unbelievable.
first show. Okay, next one. Would you ever release demos to the COJO listeners? I suggested this, and I don't know if we can legally do this.
I think it's up to our labels if we can do something
Contractually,
like that.
well, we just may not tell them. But here's the thing.
It's a secret.
I was like, we could make a Patreon where it's a small monthly subscription thing, and you get demos of our works, and it can get out in a way that like we really can't get them out otherwise. Alongside maybe an extra podcast a month or something. I don't know yet. We're trying to talk through some of that, but would you guys be interested in that? Let us know in the comments below.
We love sharing music, so
We do love sharing music.
that's what we kind of try to be doing.
We do the
with our lives.
What is your favorite podcast episode?
Oh, I like this because I feel like there's actually a plethora to choose from now.
I know we have a lot.
I actually think my favorite was the first one where I edited it. Like the first one where we switched over to this camera.
Yeah,
It was just exciting.
it was fun.
It was really fun.
I remember that being a really exciting day.
it
and
was the start
of something new. It definitely was my favorite episode too.
Oh, is that really?
I agree.
Yeah.
Will we be at the Caleb Fan Awards?
Oh gosh, I hope so.
I have a good feeling.
One of our dreams is that we'd like to host the fan awards.
We're gonna work our way up, but we would love to.
or Dove Awards.
Just all of them. We would love to. That is our goal in this COJO world we live in. Okay, last one. Who should be the new Superman?
Oh wow, I haven't thought about this.
Who should be the new Superman? It's tough.
Oh no, I
It's
don't know
tough.
many like young up and coming actors.
I've seen some really good castings, and they're all slipping my mind right now. But
Timothy Chalamet.
no, I think he'd be actually. Hear me out. Great Flash.
Oh sure,
I think he'd be a really good Flash.
maybe.
Get Zendaya to be Iris.
I don't like Timothy Chalamet.
That's a hot take for another day.
No, he's a great actor, but I think in any superhero role, wouldn't like him.
I think he'd be great.
He'd be too moody.
He'd be awesome.
He'd be like, "Nah."
He'd be really great. Robert Pattinson's moody, but it's great.
Yeah, but Batman, like he could be a good Batman if he was actually buff. Timothy Chalamet.
No, I think Superman's really hard. He's a really hard one to nail.
Yeah, because he has that like look. He's got the thing. It's like he's the all American look.
Oh, you know who I thought?
Who?
Golly, he's been fan casted for Mr. Fantastic.
Nicolas
some.
Cage.
No, he's in that really bad TV show I haven't seen. You.
Oh, the guy who plays the main character in
Yes. If he put on
You? That guy's mad skinny.
80 to 90 pounds of muscle and took some steroids, he would look perfect. I
Yeah.
think.
That's not a bad.
I
mean,
think he would look perfect. I think it's a
not
weird
bad.
choice, but I think he'd look great.
I feel like I need to like search
He'd be a great Clark Kent too.
my catalog of actors I've seen. Not Miles Teller.
All right, here's a good one. Michael B. Jordan as Superman. I know it's a weird one.
Do you feel like that would cause a lot of like uproar?
It's different. I mean, we don't have a black Superman.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a different take for sure. But I don't know.
I
It's
do
just
like Michael B.
interesting.
Jordan as an actor, but he was in Fantastic Four, and I didn't like that movie. So
That's true. We'll see.
man, I didn't give an answer though. I couldn't figure out one.
I think it's one of the hardest castings.
That's really difficult. I thought Henry Cavill was literally perfect.
I know. Tom Holland.
Oh,
just,
gosh.
I'm just kidding. No.
Tom Holland's just
He needs to just stop being in stuff for a little bit.
Andrew Garfield needs to take over the role of Spider-Man again.
Hey, Tom Holland's a decent Spider-Man.
He's fine.
Andrew Garfield's the best,
He was the best.
which I can't believe we agree on.
I know. That's unbelievable.
Well, that was
Tobey
Q&A.
Maguire as Superman?
Well, that was Q&A. Thank you guys so much. Let's hop into our final segment, Deep Dives.
I still think Nicolas Cage could be Superman.
Nicolas Cage would be the best Superman ever.
Okay. Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Thirst
it.
trap Superman. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh. All
All
right,
right.
Joseph.
What are we going into?
Deep dives.
Oh, it's deep dive time.
Deep dive.
Oh, okay. Deep dives.
Lead us in.
Oh dear. I hope this doesn't blow up in our faces, this next one.
No.
Yeah, we're qualified to speak on this.
Just like not cool to be Christian.
So today we are talking about toxic masculinity.
Toxic.
Which I gotta be honest, I didn't know too much about. Like, I mean, I've obviously heard like toxic masculinity thrown out as a term.
It's a buzzword.
Yeah, and
It's interesting. So, Joseph, what have you done for us?
I was trying to like research like what are examples of toxic masculinity because I don't know if there's like a definition for it. I brought up like multiple examples that I just found on blogs, or even some of them were like accredited. WebMD has a whole thing on toxic masculinity.
That's crazy.
This particular website called Aurorands defines some toxic masculinity behaviors, and we're going to either agree with it or disagree.
Interesting.
Or elaborate even if we do agree.
Okay.
So the first one is being stoic is apparently toxic masculinity. Men are constantly given the message that they must be self-reliant, independent, physically tough, etc. Men are told that to be this way will make them successful in terms of business, society, and finding a partner. Being vulnerable will cause men to be ridiculed. I think the definition of stoic is like tough.
Here's my thing with men being tough. I think we push in a good way towards, you think about the early 50s and stuff. It was just about being tough. Guys weren't allowed to cry, weren't allowed to feel anything. It really wasn't about that for most of that kind of era. And then slowly we've overcorrected, I think, to men need to be these like just hyper emotional, no toughness. Toughness doesn't matter. And I think that kind of that's kind of a wrong take, because I think there should be a level of toughness, but I also think what makes a man is somebody who can lead and be tough, but also be emotional and sensitive and have that side to be able to tap into as well. And I think that I don't know. I think that we can push a little too far away from it at times. My dad was a very tough guy. I mean, he is a very tough guy. He can do anything. He was a hunter. He was kind of like a man's man, but like also is super emotional and sensitive. So like I got to see someone who was extremely tough, an amazing leader, and really good dad, but then also somebody who like I've seen cry like a good amount. Like I'd say I've seen my dad cry a good amount. And like that to me has helped me understand that like that's okay as a man. Like you can be a really solid man and still have emotion. And I feel like some people, friends that I know, their dads never cried. Like they've never seen their dad cry. They've never been told they were loved by their dad. And that's where toxic masculinity to me really takes its foothold is you don't talk about love. You don't talk about emotions. That's not a man though. That's just a guy who's shut off and cut off from his emotions. That's not being a man.
That's good. That's good. Well, yeah, that was just the first one, so let's try to get through more of these right here.
Okay.
Oh, this one's gonna be easy. Toxic masculine. I can't do it. Joseph. I know it's really hard.
Oh my gosh.
Toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. Okay, second thing of toxic masculinity is being promiscuous.
What does that mean?
It means typically men will be praised by other men for sexual conquests. Like if you're promiscuous, it means you sleep around.
Oh, yeah, I think
that's toxic.
That's absolutely toxic.
That is for sure toxic.
I think it's absolutely toxic. I do think that like it's a bigger deal for guys to get girls rather than girls to get guys, because girls are like, you have to win the approval of girls, whereas girls don't really have to win the approval of guys.
Yeah, and I think, guys are like competitive too, so it's like a thing like how many girls can you get, Yeah,
like not even in like a hookup culture sense. I mean, just like dating wise, it's like the guy, your boy's like, oh, let's go, and the girl, it's more like girl can really get anybody she wants. It's not hard for a girl to find a guy. It's hard for a guy to find a girl. So. I mean, that's maybe.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of girls out there who are like, it's hard for me to find a good guy.
That's not true. Finding good guys.
Guys who are serious about their Lord, serious about the convictions. And
outside
their faith.
of Christianity, I think girls can find people very easily. I think it's more so finding good guys is hard. I do agree with that.
Toxic masculinity, being violent, is that toxic?
Absolutely.
Yeah, probably.
I think that I think protecting is not not toxic.
Yeah, it depends on what use of violence. Obviously, defensive violence. I think
you need to be able to protect your family, and I think that obviously if you're out to dinner and somebody says something, maybe you shouldn't raise your fist. That shouldn't be your first go. But if somebody's threatening your family, you need to be able to take action.
Yeah,
if you can't,
I mean, violence is interesting. Well, because I know what they're trying to say, extreme violence, but. There's something also
abuse.
Yeah, yes. There's a lot of bad violence, but if I wonder whoever wrote this article, like for us, because like imagine, do you know those pain games you played growing up?
Yeah.
She played like Texas style ping pong.
Totally.
It's like if a group of guys gets together and does that, are they going to label that like toxic masculinity? Because they're all
Probably.
getting together, take a ping pong ball and hit it, and
Yeah.
you lift up your shirt and I don't know,
Well,
man.
yeah. I think that the real toxic thing and probably what they're hopefully talking about is abuse,
Yes.
which is toxic, obviously, toxic masculinity. And I think that goes back to like not being able to like voice your emotions correctly. Like I think that comes from dads not teaching their sons like how to cry, how to feel things, and so that comes
Well,
out
monkey
in
see,
anger.
monkey do. I mean, if you have like grow
Absolutely.
up with an abusive dad, or it's just
I agree. I think that's
Endless
it
cycle.
goes back to emotion.
yeah. Do you think it's toxic for a guy to want to know like who like his girlfriend hangs around, or like that he has a say with the friends that she has? Like how much like leverage should a man have in a relationship?
I mean, I think a girl should be able to have her own friends and make her own choices. I think
Yeah.
if you're with that girl, you should trust her enough to find
Yeah.
good friends. But if it's like a red flag, like if it's a guy she's hanging out with, it's like, hey, this is making me uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
why are you hanging out with this guy? Or if it's like a girl that I just feel like if you're with that person though, like they're not going to make friends that you wouldn't want them to make.
Yeah, hopefully
friends
you
with.
like each other enough to where like you're able either to make sacrifices for each other, or just like I don't know,
Or maybe
like-
she's just not the right one. If she's
Yeah.
making friends like that, I don't know if you should necessarily be telling her who to hang out with because that gets a little controlling.
yeah.
And I don't want
I would
her
never.
saying that
I
to
would
me.
never make it an ultimatum thing, but I think if I ever had a genuine concern for the people that she was around and how it was affecting her, maybe spiritually or even like emotionally,
Yeah, that's different.
That you bring it up.
That's different. But
So-
yeah, I don't think a guy should be telling her what to do with her friends.
Yeah,
No.
just
toxic.
don't do anything wrong,
Toxic!
like sinful.
Say it. It's the feminist one, isn't it?
Not displaying emotion. I'm an emotional dude. I
Cut
cry
this
at
out.
like a lot of movies. You're like a movie crier too, aren't you?
I cry in every movie.
An inordinate, oh my gosh, an inordinate. Just keep
Dude,
talking.
just give up at this point.
I know. I'm struggling right now. Risk taking. That is defined apparently as toxic masculinity.
Oh, yeah.
Connected to male dominance, toxic masculinity encourages taking risks to demonstrate dominance. Men who buy into this are more likely to take extreme measures, such as perpetrate violence, drive dangerously, gamble, or abuse drugs.
I mean, like, girls do that too, but
Drugs?
yeah, they do drugs.
Oh, yeah. Do
Girls
they?
also drive crazy. And
I always assume that women are like angels. I never assume they do anything
I
wrong.
mean, women, guys, we all do that kind of stuff. I don't know. I feel like risk taking can be like, that's a broad term. I think, yeah, like probably guys are more likely to gamble and more likely to do that kind of stupid stuff just because of toxic masculinity. But I also think that risk taking can be really great. And that's why.
I don't think risk taking, like, I just don't like the generalization of that term.
That's what I'm saying.
Like risk taking, like
Like,
that's toxic. Like,
I
how
think-
is that toxic?
I think us making a podcast and doing a brand together was a risk. It was just this, we're going out on a limb
We're
here.
just like doing things like this January thing. I don't know. I'm going to be doing things that could be considered risky, or I don't even know
What are you
risky.
doing
Like,
risky?
huh?
What are you doing?
I don't know. There's probably something in there,
What?
huh?
What are you doing?
Giving up social media. That's pretty risky.
Oh, that's risky.
He's a risky guy. But if there was something risky, I think there's something inherent. I mean, in men and women, but especially in men, that's like, I want to overcome adversity. I want to test the bounds of what I am capable of doing. Men like doing things like climbing Mount Everest, you know, or stuff like that.
I agree.
Which women have done too, but I mean, I would assume majority of people who've climbed Mount Everest or free climbed. Who's the guy who did the free solo thing?
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's just some men
There's
who
this-
defy the odds, dude.
And I think there's girls that have done it too, and I don't think risking.
Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, well, R.I.P.
Some
See,
risks shouldn't be taken. If it was a man, he wouldn't have died.
Oh man,
Oh god.
I think that risks is a very big generalization. I think that risk can be really great.
Yeah.
But also, probably guys,
But healthy
take-
risk.
But guys probably take worse risks.
Yeah, probably.
So maybe.
Okay, so here are some examples. Like the other things were more traits. These are like literal examples of things that would be considered toxic masculinity.
Okay.
When a boy in school doesn't act in traditionally masculine ways and he's being bullied by the boys in his class for being too feminine.
That's hard.
That's a just really complicated thing. I mean, bullying's never okay.
No, it's hard.
No.
I mean, some guys are just a little softer. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Wait, I mean,
And it's hard because my parents, okay, so I'm going to be super vulnerable in the sense of like with my parents. I'm going to be vulnerable for my parents. Like there have been friends I've made in college that like my parents would meet and they'd be like, you have so many feminine friends.
what?
Yeah.
Wow.
They would just be like, like this person, like he's really feminine, Joseph. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's so interesting.
I have no clue.
Do you have an example?
Huh?
You have an example?
No,
friend?
I don't have anyone. No, I'm not. No, not masculine. I mean, feminine.
Just bleep it out.
No, here's.
That'd actually be funny if you bleeped it out.
I do think there's a generational difference of like what's considered masculine and feminine. Because I don't look for like traits as far as like if someone's macho. There's a difference between someone who's macho and masculine.
Yep.
To me, masculinity is like an overall encompassing like character thing.
Yeah.
Where like you're like I don't know. I don't think this is bad to say, but if you're masculine, you're strong. You are bold.
I always struggled with that a little bit because like I was a thinner guy growing up.
I'm not saying strong like
no,
physically.
no. I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was just a skinnier guy growing up, and I always felt like I was more in touch with my emotions than a lot of the guys around me. So
Yeah, I
I
was feminine because I wasn't like a football player or something.
I always
like that,
felt
you know?
like a more feminine guy. I mean, I did music. Come on.
Yeah.
But like,
And theater? Did you theater?
I did do theater.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I did theater, and I liked it. I was fun. I liked acting.
I liked it.
I liked acting. I did.
Yeah. No, me too. I
And
get that.
so I think that was sometimes hard for me growing up. Was I was just like, but I felt like I still had masculine qualities.
Yeah.
It's hard. I feel like that's pretty messed up. Don't bully about
No.
just if a dude sings or dances or
Yeah.
just chill.
Yeah, and I was just trying to say again, generational differences. Like my parents look more on surface level sometimes, but that's because of the way they were raised and what was expected out of them.
Yeah.
You know.
I agree.
So I think it changes a little bit, but I think again, masculinity shouldn't be like an appearance thing or even sometimes the way you speak thing. It's just about like how you live your life and like your actions and stuff.
I agree.
Okay, this other one says when a boy cries and his father tells him to toughen up, or that men don't cry. I guess we've kind of talked about
That's
that.
toxic.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'd rather like be more just intentional. Like if I wanted to tell my son to like toughen through something, I'd just be more intentional with my words. I wouldn't just say like, "Hey, toughen up."
Yeah, that's
I'd be like, "Hey, man," like I get on his level and I'd be like, "We gotta power through this. We
Hey,
gotta."
buddy, you need to get it together, man.
How you communicate something super important. So if I want to tell my son that, "Hey, we need to power through this or strengthen through this," and like, I don't know, I feel like there's a way to do that.
There's a way to do it right.
Yeah.
I think that was really good, Joseph.
You think that's it?
I think that was it.
Yeah,
that
I
was
think
really
that's
good.
it. Yeah.
This was really long.
This was really long.
I think we might need to skip React Attack. This has been a really long
It's a
episode.
super long podcast.
This is a long episode.
I think if we cut it down, we should be okay.
All right, guys, we were going to do another segment, but we went really long this week. So we will shovel that segment on to next week,
Nice.
which is great. So, guys, we talked music.
And we talked life.
Until next time.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah, we didn't need to do another one.
Wow. That was really long.